Welcome. We're here to cover the zed.run tournament quarterfinal, Midrunners. zed.run, if you're not familiar with zed.run, go to zed.run and check it out for yourself. It's horse racing, virtual horse racing on the blockchain for live Ethereum. My name's Chris, and I'm with FNL Champion DNA. And unfortunately, we don't have any horses in the tournament. We had one horse that finished 232nd, and 192 horses made that cut for the Midrunners distance. But we are going to go watch the competition. We got to compete against a lot of those horses getting ready for the tournament. And so I'm anxious to see what's going to happen next. So stay tuned. The mid-running tournament distances are going live here in just a few minutes. Okay, the sprints have been finishing up all morning, and 16 times 3, let's see, what is that? 48 horses basically know their fate here in just a minute. We got 5 minutes left, and 48 horses know their fate, and we're in a prize pool with 16 of those horses winning $1,776 US worth of wrapped Ethereum. So it's pretty exciting winning real money for racing fake horses. So here we go. Without further ado, we're going to get into some of the tournament and not waste any time today. You can see here on Beta Zed, this is their first tournament. They're calling it Tournament 0 for a reason. So let's see here. Tournament 0, right here you can see the quarterfinal, sprinters 14. I'm going to open one of these up. These are live right now, so I'm going to open up the last one and show you that there's 12 horses competing for prize pool worth $2,961 US. All right, horses that are in there: Heavenly Descent, Spanish champion; Dez, who has a little fire rating right here. Can you see that? Let's do this. Let's get a little bigger for you. Little fire rating right here. That just means he's one of the favorites already. So one of the favorites in this race. Legally Challenged, One More Than Done, Social Influence, Sunday Morning, the Justice League. One More, Tisha, also favored. Had 130 wins coming into this race. The Crimson Chin, Antoine Walker, and there it is. There's Billions, one of the horses that showcased on zed.run headquarters on decentraland.org. If he wins, maybe we'll take a look at him over there on the podium if he's still sitting there. He's pretty hot. He's placed in 4 of his last 5 races, and this horse has earned $51,000 in prize money since his existence on the blockchain. So that's a pretty good race. 3 minutes. We'll start with watching this sprint as it takes off. So we'll let that go ahead and boot itself up over here and go back and take a look around. So the events that are going on today aren't just for the tournament, folks. Other people that are interested in zed.run could be a part of the zed.run right away. There we go. And it shows you all the different tournaments that are coming up right now. So if you want to visit this for yourself, this website, do it. Go to zed.run. Okay, the screen I'm on is /racing, or /racing/events. And it'll show you any event coming up. Okay, you can also learn about the Zed horses here. That's an important thing. Learn about it first. If you go to guide.zed.run, you can basically in 1 hour learn all about what's going on with zed.run. If you're not familiar with Ethereum, or if you're not currently using a MetaMask wallet, there's going to be a learning curve, and that's what we do at FNO Champion DNA. Is we have 9 stable owners already, 9 folks that are racing horses that had no idea how to do this a month ago. And maybe we'll take a look at some of those stables today, as none of them with their 1 or 2 horses made the finals, but through the process of the tournament, they were able to establish wonderful track records, figure out, 1, where their horse races well. They gained confidence in that. That's 1. 2, they have the confidence of entering the races and not just wondering, where do I put my horse? How do I get in? It's like double dutch, 2 ropes going. How do I get my horse in there? Now people have the confidence to race their horse. Actually, most of the stable owners race their horses more than all the horses in the main FNL stable, the original one, combined. All right. So there were some active stable owners entering, bringing their horses' stamina down. So for this race starts, I'll let you know a little bit more about the stamina. The horses start the day. Every 12-hour session, they'll start off with 100% stamina, and they can race 5 to 10 times before that stamina is fully or depleted enough to where they won't be competitive against other good horses. There's currently 5 classes to race your horse in. In this tournament, the horses are jumbled together by class because that's how it works. They're all winners. We're going to go with the sound of the tournament now. It's pretty loud. Ready? There's a new feature here you can see on the screen, right over there, where you can cheer for your favorite horse. And since we don't have any horses in, we're not going to be cheering for any of these horses today. My question to Zed will be, how do I take that down off my screen if I don't want to use it? Looks like that's going to be something we need to work on. And that's the neat thing about being a part of beta testing, is that Zed has worked on it over and over. All right, here we go. The race is about to take off in 10 seconds. Winner of this race gets, like I said, $1,776 towards their efforts. Here we go. And they're off. Billions right here in the near lane is lane 12. I guess that would be the favorite by default. Freeze that view back here and kind of check it out for just a second. These horses are running 1,200 meters. This is the sprint division. All the horses in the sprint are going to run 1,200 meters. And this is it. The top 3 horses move to the semifinal, and the other horses are out. They're done. Good run. They had fun. Lower this just a little bit. You can see that gate coming down there. It's way down there. Maybe you can't see it yet, but it's coming. And Billions looks like he's just holding back, conserving some energy. You got one more than done, way out in front, and has taken off. And then there's one of those favorite horses, Dez. Dez has taken off as well. The horses burst at different times. You can see Billions in lane 12. The yellow horse is coming along strong, not gonna let up. Looks like Spanish Champion has a chance. Legally Challenge is racing up from the back, and the Justice League seems to have the most velocity, acceleration going into the finish. And it looks like it's going to be Billions, the Justice League, and the Crimson Chin. I've lost to the Crimson Chin myself. Look at this finish. So close. Not with Billions, but with the rest of them, so close. It just shows you how competitive the horses are that made it to this final. We got a final time on that race of 100.74 seconds, so 1 minute, or 70.74 seconds, just over 70 seconds, which is a decent time. Those horses can get down under 70 seconds quite frequently. There you go, Billions advances and moves on to the semifinal with a chance to compete for even more money. So here we go, the Midrunners, 2 minutes. We got Mountain Dew. I've lost to these horses for a week straight with a horse that we were trying to get into the quarterfinal named Oculus. He came up just short. He was horse number 232 out of 192. Here we go, Mountain Dew, Phineas, and Road Trippin' Pippin all lined up there in lane 1, 2, 3 with the favorites. And you can see their track record out here behind my head. I can just move a little bit. 101 wins on Mountain Dew. Phineas, 52 wins. Road Trippin' Pippin, 73 wins. These are practiced horses. If you go down, there's some disappointed horses down here, like Supreme Impulse with 384 wins. He's saying, or she or he, what is this? This is she. She's saying, where's my fire rating? I've been here before. So here we go. We're gonna 2 minutes left. We'll check out that race. Bring that up on the other picture. So again, come to zed.run. I have it zoomed in right now. They have all the information about how to get started if this is something that interests you. Racing horses for real money on the blockchain. It's pretty exciting, and it's at the forefront of things that are exciting to come in virtual gaming, I guess. Adult virtual gaming. I mean, people are playing online poker with their VR headsets on, and now they're racing horses. They're not betting on the horses, but you're paying to enter the races, and there's a handsome prize pool. We'll go take a look at that in just a second after this first race if we have time. But the prize pools, they've paid out $38 million in prizes so far at zed.run in the 2 years of its time on the blockchain. They are paying out $300,000 for this tournament. $300,000. All right. Where did they get that money? People buying, breeding, and racing horses. That's where they got that money. Here we go. So we're off in the first round of the Midrunners. Got that sound. Turn down just a little background sound for us. I'll let you hear that. It's pretty loud, but we're okay. If you want more information about how we do this every day in a group on Zoom. Monday through Friday, we meet, talk about our horses, we have fun, we watch each other's races, and it's been a great experience. zed.run's a lot of fun. If you want information on that, go to fnocryptodna.com or visit futuresnetworks.com and fill out a little contact thing, and someone from our group of misfits will be in touch with you. Let's see. All right, they're off. We're gonna stop the camera right at the side view. Bam. And dip it down just a little bit. Go through some of these horses. We got nickel and dimed here in lane 12, trying to do what Billions just did. Mountain Doomy, the favorite horses are really over on the other side, so if you want to get in and zoom in on those favorite horses, you can take this camera angle all the way around. Now you got your favorite horses. Mountain Doomy, Phineas, and Road Trip and Pippin out in front. Oh, here comes Mountain Doomy. Looks inevitable. Looks like he's gonna have no problem. Let's zoom out a little bit, see where those back horses are coming from. We got Road Trip and Pippin has completely given up. They're out of this. So the three horses out in front look like they might have it on lockdown with 220 meters left. You can see that Molly Monster, that brown horse, is coming up from the middle. It's going to be a tight finish. We're going streaking. Mountain Doomy and the horse that was disrespected on the favorites with 384 previous wins gets third. Those three will advance to the next round. Whew. That wasn't even close. I mean, you're going to see how on the 1,200 meter races, the horses were grouped really close together. And on the 1,800 meters, the distance is going to spread out. If you watch the marathoners, which is 2,400 meters later, you're going to see a vast difference. So the first one's over, and two of the horses that got in the placement, Supreme Impulse and We're Going Streaking, finish with no fire, proving that they were disrespected on the fire rating. Funny thing about these horses is they're all or nothing. Some of the best horses will come and give you the best effort every race. But a lot of the winning horses will give you a best effort 1, 2, 3 races and a worst effort for a couple races. Those are called U-shaped horses. You're going to see best horses just not do it today. Wonder to yourself why. Thought that horse was supposed to be good. Well, any given Sunday he would run his tail off. So, all right, here we go. We got round 2 of the quarterfinal from Brisbane, and we have another 1,800. Of course, these are all going to be 1,800 meters. Golden Gloves from the Pure Gold Racing stable. You got the stable names out here behind my head. I can take me out of there so you can see the stable name. Get off the screen, Chris. There you go. So we got well, I guess these are just gonna be an adult one. Titanic F Up, the White Walker, Clear Day, Genesis, Aston Martin DBS. That horse was above me in the rankings the entire time. I could not pass that horse. Outrun Me. Said that. Dragon Princess and Chicky Nuggy, another one that was sitting above me. These are the horses I was trying to take their spot with Oculus, and here they are with no fire rating. One of them, two of them. Let's see what happens. They can do something exciting. We'll go straight to the lineup. I think we might have missed our parade. Might have missed our parade of horses. I don't know. I'll come back on here and put a little small version of me down here in the corner. Again, my name's Chris. Thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to cover the tournament. We were hoping to be in the tournament, at least with one of our horses from F&L Stables, but didn't happen. So we're here to cheer on these other horses and see what happens with the $300,000 prize purse. These are the mid-distance. That means that they all ran the most races in the 1600 meter, 1800 meter, or the 2000 meter. They'll be running exclusively the 1800 meter today. And it's my understanding that these horses are from all different classifications. So they're not all class 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. They could be from a mixture of the classifications. I think they tried to group it to make it kind of even. There's no way. So we're going to leave it on the auto camera for this one. You got Clear Day and Genesis and Embrace the Variance out in front. Chicky Nuggy over there in lane 12. This race looks like there's creating separation already. You're going to see 3 phases to these races. You're going to see the horses will either take off first and have an early speed burst. You'll see horses that take off in the middle, and you'll see horses that wait till maybe the last few hundred meters to burst. Just the style of that horse, I guess, at that time. They all don't do the same thing every time, but they do have ways that they do it. So you'll see a mixture of those. You'll see horses that have a lot of speed up front, like as you see Fame and Fortune is taking off, showing a speed burst now. And so what you're looking to see is, can he maintain that for the whole 700 meters? Some horses can. Other horses will wait. And they'll have great closing speed. And then there's horses that will have great finishing speed. So here we're going to zoom out and take a look at these horses as the pack is spread out. There's a front-facing view. You can see some horses way back there in the back, that up at the top of the screen, that I don't know, are they gonna step it up or not? I'm gonna assume that they are. The pink horse and the gold horse here, the Clear Day and Metal, they're gonna step it up. Will they step it up in time? Oh, and they did not step it up. So Fame and Fortune and Outrun Me along with Titanic. Oh, Titanic got nosed out by Aston Martin. These people are upset. That's a difference of quite an opportunity to get edged out just like that. There's Outrun Me, Fame and Fortune, and weren't paying attention to Aston Martin DBS. So those 3 horses will advance to the next round. There's a couple of horses there that didn't show anything. Their owners are disappointed. This is a one and done tournament. So 145th win for Outrun Me. All right. 2 of those 3 horses had fire, and you can see down here at the bottom, first place won $1,776, second place $740, and third place $444. $1,776, $444. Interesting numbers. Interesting. These are spread out just enough to where we can do the data and check out these horses. They've set it up to where we're able to cover these races really well. So if you want, like I said, go to fnlcrypto.dna, and there's a section in here under the Discovery where you could check out zed.run horse racing. I just started an in-house place where I've learned about it pretty much. zed.run horses are on the open sea. That's where the marketplace for them lives. And right now they're on our computer, but there's an augmented reality part to this coming, where you wear the headsets and you see the 3D. If you haven't seen a virtual reality headset like the Oculus or something like that, it's very interesting. And this game, the horses and the elements around the horses are giving us a taste of what's to come. Virtual Human Studios is the name of the company that runs zed.run, and they're doing some amazing. I mean, it's in the name, Virtual Human Studios. All VHS, all their focus is on the future. Hey, look, I have no torso. Awesome. So, Virtual Human Studios, building relationships with greats like Atari in the gaming industry, and relationships with the Victoria Racing Cup, real horse racing, relationships with NASCAR, partnerships with NASCAR as this is being adopted. So each horse is its own unique NFT, and I think this isn't the quarterfinal, and lives on the blockchain, and you can breed the unique NFTs to make another unique NFT. So here's the live stream. You can tune into last week's live stream. We post the new ones up here after they're done. So let's go back. We got a racehorse race coming in 14 seconds. Go back and get the favorites. We got Fly the W from Out of the Tree and Wood Elf Druid. Those are the favorites. Those three horses I haven't raced or haven't heard of. Richard Sanchez, Frank Bruno, Savage Blood, Demogorgon. Oh, we're on the 2D version. Here we go, and they're off. There we go. Back to the little view here. So we're not in the way. Richard Sanchez is dropping back. Let's take over the camera. There we go. Now we can see all the horses if you're tuning in to watch us. Thank you. Just trying to, we're going to be watching these races today and doing some races. So we wanted to share with you what we know about zed.run. And like I said, we meet every day, talk about the races, talk about things that advance. We had a couple horses that should have been in the tournament that didn't realize that if they were losing races to class down in a different speed funnel, that they would, that their records would still be valid for the tournament standings. And all races, we found out, counted towards your tournament standings. You got to read the directions, the instructions of the tournament, the rules thoroughly, not just skim them. And a couple of our horses did so well, but they purposely lost a couple races in longer speed funnels and in the beginning, and it didn't help. It didn't help one bit. So once they put their pedal to the metal, we had horses that got up to 45, 47% show rate, which meant out of all of its races in the tournament, qualifiers, it was in the top 3 horses. And 47 wasn't good enough. The cutoffs were over 50% for all the speed funnels. Speed funnels are the distances from 1,000 meters to 2,600 meters, and that was exciting. From that chrome yellow horse just was coming up for so long from the back. Their owners were so excited. They knew what was coming from Out of the Tree. And Fly the W gets second, and the difference of $1,000 there, and that right there with Savage Blood edging out Loopy Louie. That's a difference of a tenth of a second. Yeah, a tenth of a second for $444 and an opportunity to advance. So there you go. You have a Z10 Genesis Buterin with 331 wins now, moving on to the final as she should. There she is. All right, that's a pretty good race too. Other horses are a little disappointed. But hey, it's back to racing. The good news is if a horse made it into these with their 50% plus show rate, then they are a good horse. And it's more than a tournament. They can enter those horses in races all the time and earn Ethereum on the blockchain. So, yeah. Tournament's great. And they're going to do another tournament starting in just 2 weeks. Exciting as well. There will be no free races until the tournament starts if you're a Zed runner already. So if you're used to doing these free races to build your track record, to qualify for the tournaments, 2 weeks of no free races. Okay, so if you're going to race your horse, new horse to practice with or whatnot, you're going to pay for it. They're also changing we can go look at that after this next race. they're changing the structure of the paid races to where the lower the class that you are, the cheaper your races will be. And of course, the opposite exists. Kamala Harris, mom thought dad was a Naka truffle pig, a bit reckless, don't blink, 46 long, Creamsicle, there's Creamsicle, I like that horse. Father Phil, Indentola, and Enemy of the Sun with some of the favorites. 1 minute left, let's see the horses. Truffle Pig. Just typing something in chat. We don't have very many people tuned in right now, but I appreciate you for tuning in. This is great. Just wanted to cover these races. You can go check them out for yourself at zed.run if you're tired of listening to me. If you want to stick around with me, that's great. We'll be doing this till about 7:45 Pacific time, so for another hour if you're live. And then I have to jump over to the Zoom where the stable owners meet, and we have some racing to do of our own that won't have anything to do with the tournament. And from there, we'll watch the marathon runners run together. So again, this is just for the mid-runners. And let's get some sound on this race. Oh yeah, we're rocking. Little auto camera, I'll stop it when we get to the back and talk about these horses. Oh, so when you're watching these, you can click on any horse, bring up its track record, what stable it's from, and it's, you know, what kind of horse it is, all that stuff. There we go, we took the music down just a little bit so I could still talk to you. So Enemy of the Sun was one of the ones, 24 wins. 24 wins. That means he was probably a newer horse to start the tournament and did really, really well. 21.82 win percentage. Okay, it's a Z14 Finney Legendary, and for those of you that know zed.run, you know what that means. It's a second generation type horse, and it's got a Finney Genesis pair of parents, or it has a Finney parent and a Buterin parent. No, it can't have a Buterin. It would be a Buterin. So it's got Finney parents, Z7 parents. And if you don't know about those things, maybe watch the last live stream where we talk a little bit more about the structure of what makes these horses unique. So they have different bloodlines, breed types, and genotypes, and colors that make them unique. Plus they have different parents and grandparents, and those things make them unique as well. This race is really spread out. We got Father Phil back here, seems to be giving it all he's got, and I don't think he's going to get back in the race, so we're going to come back up here to the side view. You can see Enemy of the Sun doing what they told it would do, and that's being the favorite, followed by Don't Blink, and now we have a race for third place, and it looks like it goes to Peanut. It goes to Peanut. All right, congratulations to those three horses and their victories and their advancement to the semifinal round. Enemy of the Sun, I'm glad we highlighted that horse early in the race. You can see up in the right hand corner over my head that these races are live. And so it's nice to highlight a horse that deserved to be highlighted. It's a newer horse, and look for big things from the Smoky Mountain stables on Enemy of the Sun. I know that if you're going to enter a race and you see Enemy of the Sun, you might want to think twice. The horse is doing it right. Okay, so here we go. Enemy of the Sun with fire. Finishes strong. Awesome. Thank you. You have another one. Round after round. So there's 16 rounds before they go into the marathoners. That will be in about 1 hour. For those of you that want to watch the marathoners, we'll be doing that at Zoom in the FNL Crypto DNA. It's a lot of fun with the 9 stable owners that we have now, and we have more people that are meeting. They're just not ready. Like, I don't understand this. I don't have a MetaMask. I'm not familiar with the Polygon network. You don't have to be. We help you, but there's some people that are coming to our Zoom sessions just to learn about it. They're not even racing. They're not even interested in owning a horse yet. They just think it's fascinating that the cryptocurrency and the blockchain is providing folks with a chance to have fun and earn and be a part of this new this new ecosystem of cryptocurrency. So, all right, we got GCF. We'll skip to the favorites. GCF, Z18 exclusive filly. So we'll go a little further. That's a third little down the line. Genesis, legendary, exclusive. 27% win percentage in its 40 races. So it also raced for the tournament and crushed it. So this person found out they had a wonderful treat just for the tournament. So my money's on GCF just because that's exciting. And then we have another Nakamoto exclusive, which means this is one of the purest breed horses in the game. 104 races. You can tell most of those have been free. It's only earned $677. And the Fire Slate has the favorite. And then down here, Satoshi's sister is an elite Nakamoto. And would also easily be penciled in as a favorite with a 31% win rate in 51 races. That's unheard. That's ridiculous. 16 wins in 51 races. That's a little better than the horses that we were trying to get in the tournament. Let's go watch that race. Toshi's sister in lane 12 and GCF in lane 7. Those would be the two fire ratings, two favorites in this race. Should we cheer for Satoshi's sister? So this is great. You guys can do this live streaming if you want to too. This was a spontaneous live stream. I wasn't sure when they were starting the quarterfinals, so we didn't advertise. But when I saw they were this morning, I said we want to get on and talk about it. We've been spending a lot of time these last 2 weeks trying to qualify for this tournament. We're not going to go to bed on it just because we're not in it. This is great. Magnus Burnside and GCF out in front with Southie. It makes me smile to see these horses' names when you've been racing these horses for weeks. Beating these horses. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes. Satoshi's sister's just camping in last right now, so that's a good sign for Satoshi that it's preserving some of its stamina. All these horses seem to be pacing with under 1,000 meters left in the race. Racing this one in Brisbane track. They might be doing a lot of these in at the Brisbane because that's kind of where at headquarters is in Australia. So I don't know. I haven't noticed where the races have been. Look at this. They're tearing it up. GCF down the middle of the track. Can it stay out in front over Magnus Burnsides? And then I think in the bottom of the screen, you're going to see we have a real trooper in Satoshi's sisters about to take this race hands down. And then Augusta in April did not give up. It was not happy with the no fire rating and is cranking it down lane 4. This horse right here, 15 wins, also just started for the tournament and proves to be the best horse in round 5 of the Midrunners. Toshi's sister and Southie sneaks in. Nope, Beneath the Cedars snuck in. Let's watch that again. That horse crushed the competition. And then Satoshi's sister whooped some ass as well. The finish with Beneath the Cedars over Southie and Briz. That was tight. And of course GCF and Fire Slate with the fire ratings. Got hosed on that one. Augusta in April. So another brand newish horse, Z9 Buterin, with only a 15.79 win percentage, but it showed in, was that 34 of its races? Go check it out. Augusta in April, 96 races total, but got hot for the tournament, I reckon, because those stats don't show the kind of horse that should do what it's doing, but it did, and it got hot for the tournament and also advances to the semifinal. Also wins $1,776. Nice. Congrats. All right, brings us back to the main. We got 2 minutes left till the next one, so like I said, we'll go into the scale my screen down just a little bit. We'll go into the Learn Center and look at these Genesis racehorses. So the Genesis, I do this every time because I never know who's tuning in. The Genesis, there's only going to be 38,000 Genesis. 38,000 Genesis in the Zed ecosystem. It's all there will ever be. Those Genesis are split up between Nakamotos, Zabos, Finnies, and Buterins. You see that down here at the bottom, or right here in the middle of the screen. So these are the 4 different bloodlines. And then from those bloodlines, the Genesis breed, and they make legendary horses. Those legendaries breed, or Genesis and a legendary, they make exclusive horses. And then from there, you can make more exclusive horses, or the next level down would be an elite horse, which is hardly a level down, more of a sideways and uphill level. And then from the elite horses, you can breed those horses down to make a cross breed, and then down to make a pacer. Those are the 6 different breed types: the Genesis, legendary, exclusive, elite, cross, and pacer. The bloodlines are Nakamoto, super rare, very low, and scarce, and then the Sabos, and then the Finnies, and the Buterins. So go there and make sure you do learn about your horses. And the uniquities are important because they have different characteristics because of their breed type. Here we go. 3 favorites: La Gitana. Ooh, Grim Reaper 3 is not a favorite. Elmer's Revenge and Capri. Let's go watch this race. We got 5 seconds on this one. Sorry if your horse is in here, and I'm not making a big deal out of your horse's name and that you're in the quarterfinal. It's just I feel like there's a lot to talk about. If you win, and I haven't talked about you, we'll go check you out. Here we go. Perfect. The rear view. Elmer's Revenge out in front. Had the fire. Capri. And La Guitarra. La Guitarra. Those are the horses that have the fire. So lane 3, which is the purplish horse. I believe that horse's color is... it's not Destiny. I don't know what that horse... Okay. And then the white horse here. And then this gray horse, Capri. Those are the favorites. Looks like a pretty mild pace being set right now. Let's go check out the side view. Oh, yeah. Anybody's race with 850 meters left to go. Captain Jean-Luc Picard from the USS Enterprise. Capri and La Gitana. That's a Guitarra. La Gitana and Capri have taken off, and they're doing their thing. They're doing their best race back there. Question is there anyone that's going to come up and do a better race from their back? So Elmer's Revenge, not stepping aside, pushing forward for big finishing power over Capri. So it's really going to be if anybody can track down Elmer's Revenge. Capri trying to hang on to third, gets edged out, and Elmer's Revenge pushes through for a win in 1700. Nestor, there you go. There's a horse that snuck up from out of nowhere and takes 2nd place. That's that field drab looking colored horse over there. And then Just Frank just slips in to 3rd place. So congratulations to those horses. Elmer's Revenge, another one with a small career. So started for the competition and has a 19% win rate and is now going to the semifinals. All right, so Shady Lane Stables. Shady indeed. Let's go check that out. So if you want to check out a horse, you can click on anything about it, and it'll bring you to its tag. You could watch that horse walk around in 3D, do the parade. Oh, it's beautiful. Alabaster, the color there. And then you can find out information about its parents. You can see its entire history here. You can also look at that on the polygon scan. You can see the entire history of the blockchain transactions. But this one is 64 races, so you can tell it did at least half of those for the tournament, and it did so well with a 20% win rate, and obviously at least a 50% show rate. I'm amazed that these horses timed it like that, to where they came onto the scene and competed and made it in the top 192 horses. There were thousands of horses competing. Thousands. All right, so here we are. We're on to number 7 in just a minute. And the firsts in this race, we see Breathless Dreamers in there without one. And Cherry Oats of Fire in lane 6 with 30 wins out of Dollar and Cents Racing. And Me First from the Super Glue stable. That's funny. Z8 Sabo. And down here we have Phil's Hellacious Seed. I lost to Phil's Hellacious Seed yesterday. And you can see about losing to a horse, like I mentioned. Look at this track record. I lost one of those races to him because we were trying to make the finals, and so was, maybe Phil was too, but he had 3 firsts in a row to cap off the day yesterday. So he's not due for a win. That's not good news. My money's on probably Cherry Oats of Fire today, who's had 3 bad races in a row. I think Cherry Oats is due for a win. Nakamoto exclusive Colt. Me First. Kind of due for a win. 18% winner. Let's go look at Breathless Dreamer. 22% winner. Also due for a win. I'm going to go ahead with Breathless Dreamer and Cherry Oats of Fire for my random selections here. So let's go watch that race. I keep wanting to go show you other things, but these races come every 2 minutes and I talk too much. If you're hanging out with us now, go ahead and put something into chat. Say hello. All right, we're going full sound on this one. We'll take me off. Breathless Dreamer. Cherry Oats of Fire. Afghan Kush. Jock Gallop. These horses' names are great. You know, when you make a horse, an NFT horse, you get to name your horse. If you own the female that breeds the horse, it will be born into your stable, and you get to name the horse. And some of these names are fantastic. You can tell it's an 18 and over crowd because they're mature names, and some are on the cusp of being a little bit provocative, but they're hilarious when they are. I mean, you can't deny it unless you're a goody-goody. And if you're a goody-goody, you gotta remember we're having fun. It's a game. So, funniest thing what did I see? The funniest name I've seen. Electric Finger Bang has to be one of the off-the-cuff names that I've seen that made me giggle the hardest. Here we go, Cherry Oats of Fire doing what Cherry Oats of Fire does well. But you can see Breathless Dreamer coming up in lane 2, the purple horse, has a lot of push, a lot of pace, and is probably winning the push amongst those front 5. Then you have some other horses coming up from the back, and we yet to see who's in lane 8, lane 12. So looks like Little Sebastian might have, was it Little Sebastian? It's Little Sebastian might have enough to get in there. And Breathless Dreamer, just like we mentioned, has pushed past a lot of other horses, but gets edged out by Me First, who maintains the fire rating, improves it. Here's your big finish. Azwara Sai out of nowhere. Little Sebastian and Me First. So one of the fire horses. And Eswara Sai, I had to take that off. The music's really loud if you let it go. In my ear it is anyway. So that horse was due for a win. It hadn't had one in its last 5 races. It's got a 23% win. And you can see what I mean by there were horses that were ready to do it, and there were horses that were not ready to do it. And Phil's Hellacious Seed was not ready to do it. Cherry Oats Fire, surprisingly, still not ready to do it. Comes in dead last. Super disappointing for those owners, but they'll be back, and we'll see them competing in the next tournament for sure, because they're awesome. So one thing about an awesome horse is it can be a terrible horse, and just not terrible, but it can just get last place on you disrespectfully. All right, so we got a few races left. Thanks for joining. Visit futuresnetworks.com if you want to know how you can hang out with us. I know it's just me today because where I'm at on the West Coast, well, I'm not on the West Coast, but I'm on the West Coast time zone in Arizona. It's before 7 o'clock a.m., and I hope I've been speaking loud enough for everybody because I'm doing this out of my home office, and I have a lot of people sleeping on the other half of the house. that weren't expecting tournament racehorsing going on this morning. Thank God for them that our horses at FNL weren't in the races, because we go nuts. We go a little nuts. And after this is over, we'll show you. We're not going to show the marathoners in this session. So at the end of this session, or between one of these races or something, I'll show you one of the races we went nuts on yesterday, watching our stable favorite for the next tournament. We have 3 horses right now in our stables, owned by 3 different people, 3 different stable owners, that have shown potential to be top horses. It's just that the tournament was a learning process for them. And now through the second half of the tournament, if they would have competed as well as they did in the first half, we'd be watching them race today. So we're very excited. I'm not going to just throw all those horses under the bus, because you'll be steering clear of racing against them. Yeah, right. But Oculus is one of them, and he's not afraid of you. He has a 25% win rate and a 47% show rate, just missing the tournament. He doesn't show, though. He doesn't get seconds and thirds. Oculus gets first or 12th. And when he's tired, he'll get something else, and that's when you know not to race him anymore. You can get, like I said, 5 to 10 races in a session on these horses. Some of the really fast horses don't do that. They want to race 5, maybe 6 tops, and they show you their fatigue. Here we go. We're off in round 8 of the quarterfinal. Again, all of these races look like they're being raced at the Brisbane track, which is cool. Makes it fair. Everyone gets the same track. They don't get the ability to choose their lane, and I think that could hurt a lot of horses that know they have a favorite lane. But you know, if you're lucky enough to get your lane and win, or win outside a pocket, not in your favorite lane, then awesome. Imagine when you get your lane. So far, all the horses that have gone on and deserve to go on, and that's the bottom line. Here we go. Elisa might be out a little early in this race. Chosen lines. We don't know who the favorites are, so I'm going to go with Dale Earnhardt III. Speaking of NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt number 3, not the third. Dale Earnhardt number 3 threw me off because it's not a blue and yellow Wrangler car. And look at that. He took off. You'd think that we're watching this on some kind of replay, but it's not. It's live. And he may not win, but that was neat to mention Dale and him get spooked. I wonder if you could spook a horse. Come on, Dale. That horse is cooking. That runs a lot like Oculus. That runs, and he's got Sabo mixed into him. You can tell by looking at him. Nope, just Nakamoto. No Sabo. I was wrong. Sabo's and Nakamoto's run a little bit alike with that side-to-side head bob, but you can see Dale is working hard and running fast. If he can hang on to at least second or third place for 100 meters as Chosen Lines takes the win, boom. There's an advancement to the semifinals for Dale, and a $740 little kickback for him. Chosen Lines with a $1,776 purse. Chosen Lines. Did I say Chosen? Chosen Lines. And who got third? Pongo? Pongo edges out Hot Coffee and Elisa. Sorry about that, guys. Those 3 horses will advance. And let's look at Dale. All right, Dale, 14% win. So he's fine with second place. He doesn't always knock it out of the park. Again, some of these horses knew what they did well for the tournament to qualify. Some people were figuring it out. But next tournament's going to be a different story. There's going to be a lot more folks that understand what their horse is capable of. And maybe the best thing if you want to advance past the quarterfinals is get a horse that is good and excels at the 1200, the 1800, or the 2400. If you're doing what some horses do and they excel at the 14 or the 1600, once you get to the finals, the quarterfinal round, you're not going to know. You're not going to be in a position to have your best race. And so, making sure that to be competitive in this format of race, of tournament, you need to probably pick your best 1200, 1800, or 2400 horse. Now, to win the grand final at the end of all this, the horse is going to need to compete in 6 different distances a bunch of times. So if you want to be the grand champion, well, hopefully you just have a grand champion type horse. Here we go. We have the good, the bad, ugly. Good, bad, ugly. I think there's a good, bad, and the ugly somewhere in the game. Good, bad, ugly is an exclusive Nakamoto. It's going to run a lot like the horse we just saw tear it up. And $22,000 in prize money already for that horse and 174 wins. It doesn't really care about winning so much today. It's doing well. Arctic Lightning and Needle. So 2 Nakamoto favorites with a lot of wins and a Z6 Sabo Legendary with 39 wins. Let's look at Needle. So about $7,000 in earnings, $3,000 on Arctic Lightning, and the good, bad, the ugly at 22.9. Good job, good, bad, ugly. Anybody else competitive in this? Doesn't feel like it's going to have that. So let's go watch the race 3D. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. And if you're waking up late today and you're just watching this on the replay, no, that's all this is today. We're just doing the coverage of the mid-runners. So if you're looking for the marathoners here in just a little bit, if you're looking for the marathoners and you're watching this live stream on a replay, jump out. We're not going to show the marathoners at the end of it. If you're looking for the sprinters, jump out. Somebody, I'm sure, broadcast it. We did this one mainly because we're more familiar with the horses in the mid-runner. That's the distance we were trying to get at. There's enemy at the gates. Barack Malin High. Famous names mixed into that horse. Infamous names mixed into that horse. As Barack and Ducky Malin are 2 big names in the game at this point. Bigger, much bigger than FNL. Much bigger. We're hoping to change some of that. Everyone's just pacing here. Let's go for the side view. All right, we got some breakers at about 750 meters. Enemy at the gates. Not running strong enough to win this race, as you can see. Arctic Lightning is pushing very hard. Mathura in lane 1 over there, giving it intermittent push. Acid Prince racing hard from the back, but 350 meters left and a long ways to go. Arctic Lightning seems to have what it takes to hold this race down. You can see way back there, the late breakers are trying their best to make the charge. They are not going to pass Arctic Lightning on this round. Oh, and this is a surprise. We got Acid Prince and Mathura. They're making it. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Arctic Lightning, Acid Prince, and Mathura. Am I saying that right? Mathura. It looks like Mathura. What does that mean? I'm not going to look anything up today. Normally, if I don't know what a word means, like Mathura, I go look it up. See what that is. Another round down. And that brings us to round 10. So we're almost there. We got 6 rounds left. 2 minutes and 45 seconds for that. You can see in our stable, we have all of our winnings here. I don't know if you can, that's zoomed in. There we go. So you can see what we've done lately in the main stable is we've been winning random races, getting seconds. Oculus, Happy Sunday. Oculus cleaned up many in a row. True Love's Kiss is a new horse. Only ran 5 races and won 1 and got a second. So maybe look for True Love's Kiss in the next tournament. Peyton Pritchard hanging on with placements. Did very well in the long distance. Didn't even try for the competition, the tournament, but he did well in what he did participate. World News, Midnight Noir with some extra help. So you see a lot of the same horses. Go check it out if you want to look at this stable. It's FNL Champion DNA. And this. FNL Champion DNA, helping real people race fake horses since 2021. That's not really the motto. I think the Someone's changing that all the time to be funny. But we have had 185 shows or places in 640 races, and so, or 650 races, 660. And as you can see right there, the win rate at 10.8%, 65 wins. It shows you we're, whatever the math is on that, around 700 races. So we're very happy with the performance of these horses. Some of these horses in the stable have been bred by us, and some were purchased with very little race experience. And so we have some great horses. Go check out the stable for yourself. Back to the races, next to run. Here we go, 49 seconds. Ready, set, boom tone. And Juniper Day with Keen Desire getting the favorites. 112 wins on Keen Desire. That is a Genesis filly. So a Z8 Buterin Genesis. That's the first generation of Buterin Genesis. $14,000 winning horse. And lane 12, right next to Juniper Day. They get to prove it. A legendary Nakamoto colt. Colt means he hasn't made any babies. It looks like he raced just for the tournament, 32 races, 53% place. That's crazy. Just enough races to get in the tournament. You had to have 30 minimum. This guy races 32, 53% in 32 races. So look for him to make the final here. Maybe not necessarily for the victory. Oh, we're watching the race in 2D. We don't want to watch the race in 2D. Let's switch it. And they're off. With plenty left to run. We got 1,500 meters left, and there's Juniper Day, as we were just discussing. And Keen Desire in lane 11 and 12. So I thought I would feel really like, I wish I was in there today. I wish Oculus made the tournament, but I don't feel that way. I feel like that we're excited for the next tournaments to come, and you should be too. You have plenty of time to get into zed.run, learn to race, get a horse, practice racing, and even enter your own horse into the tournament in 2 weeks. The tournaments are great because everybody that's racing in a paid or a free race is busy qualifying. So all you had to do was participate for 2 weeks, and you were qualifying your horse. We had people that ran up to 90 races in 2 weeks trying to get their horse in. They didn't make it. But the point is they had fun trying, and they learned a lot about their horse. They learned a lot about the game, and they were around to watch the game improve over 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the game improved the sound features. I think that the controlling the screen only when it's out of auto camera is a nice fix. They just keep doing upgrades to the data points. There's a company or a website called knowyourhorses.com, and Know Your Horses did a great job with tournament coverage, which wasn't there prior. And now you can see how your horse does head-to-head against other horses historically on knowyourhorses.com in the head-to-heads column. So awesome data features. And Dark Terror just dominated that race. And Juniper Day makes it in. Common Royalty gets the 3rd position. So Keen Desire is out. And Dark Terror, that's exactly the same color as Oculus, Midnight Black, smokes the competition. Ooh, with his 29th career win from Las Vegas Stables. Las Vegas, I like that. 16% win percentage. So look for Dark Terror to hammer another race like that here in the near future when he makes the semi. So we got 2 minutes, 30-something seconds left for next round. At F&O Crypto, the main crypto Twitter place. All right, it was just a quick second. Just a quick 20-second stretch. Just a quick 20-second stretch. And we'll be finishing up this Midrunners tournament coverage after all of the rounds run. So we have, for the Midrunners, we got about 26 minutes left on the coverage. Here we go. We got our favorites in this one. Austin Rifle, another midnight blackish looking horse. I don't think that's midnight black. And there's Elon's Rocket. Been watching that horse. Austin Rifle, or Riffle, is a Z1 Nakamoto Genesis. Doesn't win a lot of races, but has a great show rate. You can see there with 10 third places. Watch the Throne and Corruption at its finest. This seems to be one of the most interesting heats or flights I've seen. You got horses like Genuine Risk. Hasn't won in a minute. With a $40,000 prize money pocketbook, and that Genesis, I mean, maybe it's because the 1800 isn't her race. Don't know. But never rule out these horses that know how to win. Okay. Oh, looks like I made myself a little big again. Let's go into the court. There we go. All right. And they're off. I'm going to stop the camera right on the side view. Go. Zoom out just a little bit and tip it. That's one of the neat things about controlling these is you don't control the horses. You only control what horse and what race and what dollar amount and what lane you put them in and what time of day you do it. You can control the screen afterwards, but these horses race themselves. They're autonomous little beings. They run based on algorithmic computer code, and each individual race is its own unique algorithm. Okay, it lines up and gets in this unique sequence based on all of the constituents in the race, and it's the fairest, supposedly the fairest racing system that they could possibly provide, and rightfully so. They've given out $38 million in prize money while they're being fair, and that number is only going to grow the more successful that zed.run becomes in virtual human studios. So they're only going to give away more. That's how it works. Kind of people that seems like they are so far. So you can go check them out on Discord, Twitter. There's zed.run community.zed.run is a great place. And Brioche en Chocolat, another horse running like Oculus runs. I'm sorry to keep going back to Oculus. Those of you that were racing know about Oculus. He would come out and do this, what Brioche is doing right now. Brioche en Chocolat is killing it out in front. I'm not even going to look at the other horses. There's no horse coming into the picture. Boom. And that horse will have no problem if it continues that behavior in the semifinals. That was a really lopsided race. So Brioche goes on to the semis, wins $1,700+, and look at this. Look at the distance there. That's a whole 60 meters. And Regal, Embrace, and Austin Riffle end up squeaking in. Elon's Rocket. Watch that there's some horses that are disappointed back there. This horse didn't have a fire rating, and it just slapped the competition. Has a 19% win rate. Love that. So keep an eye out for Brioche en Chocolat. If it can run like that again, it's unstoppable. What has it done in its last 5 races? You can see right through here. It has 1, 2nd, 10th. Took a break, and then now it's 1. Yeah, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. All right, round 12. In our Midrunners, there's 7 with the 3s backward. That's a recognizable horse. Gets the fire rating along with Fibonacci and Bam Bam Boogie. Notice the common thread about these horses. If I zoom in well, I'm not going to zoom in, but Bam Bam Boogie and Fibonacci both are Z1 Nakamoto Genesis horses. So one's a stallion. They're both stallions. That means they bred, and they're crushing it on the racetrack. Fibonacci in its last few races did 9, 3, 8, 3, 4, and has a 14% win. I'm not going to peg Fibonacci as one of the favorites. 7, on the other hand, oh, same thing. They're looking for their win. They haven't had one in a while, but not outstanding in the wins with just 15%, half as much as some other horses that were preparing for this competition. So there's no clear power horse that got fired. It could be another horse here. And if I had to pick another horse, Shaken Not Stirred is a really good horse. I don't know. We'll see. Who are we to be prognosticators or soothsayers, fortune tellers? I don't know who's going to win this race. Nobody does. So, any given Saturday. Ooh, that horse in the lane 4 just stood up. So I'm gonna go with From Our Imagination for my pick as a favorite, just because he did the little rear up thing. Sorry, I got camera got blurry. I got too close. There we go. Oh, we have quite the delay on this little start. We started early. That means it wants us to give the sound. And they're off. Spoonful of sugar. Fibonacci, not so fast. Frantic devotion, all out in front. Spoonful of Sugar, that's a catchy name. Leading the pack. You know, leading the pack doesn't necessarily mean anything in these longer races, unless your horse is very dominant and stretches the other horse's legs, and then the other horses take off, and then your horse says, I still have some left in the tank. But typically, just because they lead the first 800 meters, it doesn't mean anything about the final placements. It's like they say your baby's birth weight isn't going to necessarily determine how big of a baby or human that you have. So Frontline's taken off, and it looks like Spoonful of Sugar has taken off as well. From Our Imagination, we mentioned that horse. It has taken off and is charging and holding its lead over the Destiny-colored horse Appear to Appear. And this is a good race, nice and close. It's different when you don't have a horse to cheer for. You're not getting all crazy. You're just like, okay, what's gonna happen? Noble Gambit. I've raced against Noble Gambit, lane 6. Will not be denied here. Wins $1,776 and moves on to the semifinals. And along with it, looks like we get From Our Imagination. All right, we're calling them today. I should be a race caller. Yeah, should be a sports bettor. I don't know. From Our Imagination, and Fibonacci squeaks into 3rd. Pretty cool. Noble Gambit, Z4 Legendary Nakamoto. Means it has 2 Z2 Genesis parents. Has a 39% place rate, but more impressively, when it places, it likes to win. 25% win rate overall out of 136 races. So I believe that if I could have some advice that I send out to Noble Gambit's owner, I say, hey man, put aside the free races. Your horse likes to win. Go make some money. It's in Class 1, and who am I to speak? I don't have a Class 1 horse to race right now. We have one Class 1 horse to race in our stable, and has not done that yet. So, but anyways, you know what I'm saying. Looks like you have a great horse there. Kinley's College Fund, neat. That's the stable. We have a horse who's one of your horses. One of your offspring belongs to us. Let's see if we can locate that horse. Well, we'll do it after. I can't do it during the live stream, but I've tried to think of which horse we have that comes from Kinley's College Fund. Is it Luckbringer? You guys have Luckbringer? I think it might be Luckbringer, but if it is, that's cool because Luckbringer, I don't know. We'll have to go check that out. See which horse we had. How much time do we have? After this next minute and a half, let's go see where we could find out some lineage. We'll find out which one of our horses came from Kinley's College Fund stable. Here we go, round 13. We got 13, 14, 4 left. And Supreme Polarity, high rating, and Third Head, the infamous Third Head. If you've been on Twitter, the owner of Third Head brings Third Head out of retirement. I'm going to have to bring Third Head out of retirement for this. The Z1 Nakamoto Genesis just, I guess, right out of the gate had killer potential. So, of course, they freeze those horses and breed them quite frequently. But this horse has a 38.98 win rate in 59 races. Unheard of. The antique brass Nakamoto Z1 Genesis. This is a power horse. So it came out and did its 30 races for the tournament. Makes it in. Let's go watch Third Head. I've never seen it race. Third Head. Only $5,400 in winnings, though. So it'd be nice to see Third Head 10x that over the next few months by racing the right races. But that's not where all the money comes from. When you have a Z1 Nakamoto Genesis, you're more likely to breed that horse, and that's what they're for. Prove it and breed it. That's kind of what he's done. So kudos to Third Head for not always being on the track and producing more quality foals for the game. Third Head is right here, highlighted. 38.98%, 23 wins, 11 seconds, and 6 thirds. So it's a nice tier. Tiered placement. First, seconds, and thirds. We'll zoom out just a little bit and take a look at this from the topical view. Top and side, soft sympathy. Out in front. Super silver haze. What's that mean? Super silver haze. Just kidding. Smasher. Mansion's talking. Supreme Polarity's just hanging out. And there goes Third Head. And something tells me that Third Head is not coming back. That this is going to be an unbeatable sprint. If you look at the 5 horses behind him, they're not catching him. And Third Head isn't going to slow down. So the only thing that can catch him is one of the horses that went way back to the back. And they're not doing it either. So there's the field. Third Head is dominating by a couple horse lengths. And you can see the stamina on Third Head. It's not going to slow down. Uh-oh, here we go. We got Jordan. Jordan's going to give him a test at the gate and pushes into second place. And Soft Sympathy comes up with third place. So, hey, nice live race. Thanks, Third Head, for not letting us down. We gave you the coverage, and you got the victory. That is a very amazing speed on a horse. Then 1, 2, 3. Third Head, Jordan, and Soft Sympathy. Finishing right there in order. Awesome. Look for Third Head to keep doing well in this tournament. Two minutes and 30. I never have time to go do what I'm wanting to do, so I guess I'll do it when I get to Zoom. But thanks for joining us so far today. Just wanted to cover these races for you. You're more than welcome to go watch them for yourself. You don't have to be a part of the zed.run ecosystem to watch the races. If you do want to be a part of the zed.run ecosystem, go to zed.run, start with the drop-down menu here, and go all the way down to Getting Started, and that will bring you to the Welcome Guide. Please read it thoroughly, everything from how you can get started to all your frequently asked questions. Even tournament coverage is on here, so as I'm speaking through it so swiftly, you can go back and see, how was this tournament structured? He kept talking about $300,000. Ooh, how does this work? It's in the guide. Go check it out. I think you'll really appreciate doing your own research and understanding it. If from there you want to join zed.run and you want to buy horses, hey, maybe reach out to us at futuresnetworks.com, fnocryptodna.com, and see if we can help you make your decisions. That's what we do. We help people make better decisions in trading. We trade futures, cryptocurrencies, and we also do the horses. So here we go. Master of the Universe. Phantom Pacer, Chromatic Theory, and Bermuda Triangle. Look at this is all Class 1 stuff. All these tags out to the right are purple tags. They nominate that this horse is Class 1, and anything over 80 points is Class 1. So 227 is almost 3 times that amount. These horses have experience. There's horse of a different color, has experience. So all these horses belong here. This is the kind of race where these horses know each other. And without further delay, let's go watch this killer race of Class 1 heroes. So if you're a Class 4 horse and 3 horse and you made it into this and you won your round today and you got a race against Chromatic Theory or Bermuda Triangle or Third Head or Billions tomorrow or whenever it is, I'm not sure when it's racing, the semis, but good luck to you. They put up completely different times. Uh-oh, we got a delay? No, we got 10 seconds. Here we go. Three, two, one. Hooves. Bring us the hooves. Look how much faster these horses look at the start of the race compared to the ones we were watching right in the beginning of the live stream. Okay, those horses at the beginning were having a different pace in the beginning of the race. That was slower, I think. These horses are capable of a faster pace all the time. There we go, we'll zoom out just a little bit. And the Invoker looks like maybe is going to go into full sprint early. If that's the Invoker's pace, that horse is a pacer. Holy moly. Fast pacer. I hope zed.run comes out with a new jukebox soon. Oh, that was kind of cool. Famously Wrong took off, and the Invoker said, no. If you're going, I'm going. That's some serious peripheral vision. The scary thing about peripheral vision is if horses don't have as good a peripheral vision as donkeys, so you don't want your horse to have too good a peripheral vision, or it's like calling it a donkey. So it looks like the Invoker is not going to be able to hang on to this, as the hedge fund is already lighting it up. And then here comes Chromatic Theory with a big finish for an extra $1,000 right there. Oh, $1,776 goes to Chromatic Theory, who finishes in dramatic fashion. Kudos, Chromatic Theory, that was kick-ass. Horse of a different color and hedge fund wrap up the rest of it. So, nothing worse than getting a fire rating. 19.93% win for that Genesis Nakamoto. Chromatic Theory advances. Again, we mentioned it before the race. You don't want to have to watch a race Chromatic Theory. $15K in the bank prize money for Chromatic Theory already, and it just showed us why. That 1 minute and 45 seconds isn't anything special, but it's good. You want to see at least that on these winning super horses. So we have 3 more races left. 2 more, the 15 and the 16. We're at the top of the class right now. Look at this. We've breached Conspiracy Unmasked, 305 points. Fantastic Liberty, 319. 328, 328. Vast Sensibility, 339. Blackjack, 354. Unfolded Brilliance, 361. These horses have experience. There's a 369 on Cougar. How dare them not give me the fire rating, Cougar says. I'm going to go with Cougar, who hasn't had a win in a while. So just because of the high purple rating and the fact that it's being shunned off the podium, We're going to go with Cougar for our long shot. Here we go. Type the stable name to cheer. We want to cheer? No, we don't want to cheer. At FNO Crypto. You can also go to FNOCryptoDNA.com. That's where you want to visit. FNOCryptoDNA.com is the best place to get, I don't know, real people's information on cryptocurrencies. And of course, now we're hooked on the zed.run horses, so you're going to get a lot of information on the zed.run. You want to hang out with people that want to help you, that's where you want to go. Here we go. Next to last, these horses are the killers in the game. The side of guac on the track. You want to think twice before entering that $100 race. We are all of the stars. Blackjack, one of the favorites. From Blue Waters, Unfolded Brilliance. Red Bull Racing, No Denial. Monty's Racing, there we go. Cougar, rooting for you. Here we go. Got our music on the last racing. Blackjack's grazing, eating off the glass track. All right. Oh, we got the sad music. Oh yeah. Dark. Now it looks like this is a little more Mars than Australia, where they're filming this, but says it's in Brisbane today. You can look around this track and see that when they say beta testing, they are in the early stages of putting this game together. What they do have on lockdown, is the fairness of the racing format. From what I gather, we find out something different, we'll let you know. But right now, it seems like a very fair place. Race. Fair place to race. No Denial's taken off. So how much is left? 700 meters. No Denial's charging out in front. A lot of horses are. You got 8 horses. 8 horses have made the charge. There's 9. Still got 4 others pulling back. 3 others. Do your math. And you're going to see some charge from those horses in the back. That's their style. And they have 400 meters left to try to close that distance. No Denial, barely ahead by a neck. 200 meters to go. Looks like Glorious Hero could move past all of these horses and take this victory, and it has. Glorious Hero. Never a doubt for Glorious Hero. They know how their horse runs. Blackjack, and who finished third? Cougar. So, all right, we called another one making the final. Cougar, $444 and a chance to race. That was close too, Cougar. You almost got second. Awesome race. Glorious Hero with 86th win, 91 seconds, 73 thirds, only 11% win rate. What a great time for one of your wins. Good job, Glorious Hero. All right, so here we go. The last of the day. So these are some of the highest horses. There's a 412, baby, I got it. This means that these race horses have raced the most races. They've been in the ecosystem probably the longest. And they're not afraid to keep winning or getting second or third or fourth and moving up the class rankings. So O'Neill, baby, I got it. Artful Song. Mitigated Risk. That's a big horse. Enormo. Look at all these purple horses. Purple and black and red. Looks familiar. For a file format, Insane Him led the charts the whole time in the tournament. 110 Soldier, Lost in Space, Star Strider, and with 1,499 points, Jumbo. Jumbo has a 36% place rate, 13% win rate. Jumbo's raced 2,029 races. and has achieved $25,583 in prize money. So Jumbo's the granddaddy of this race. I think if there's another horse I could put some pressure on to do well, file format. I like the Finney here for the 1800. So I'm going to go with file format for my first choice, followed by Jumbo and then Insane Him. That's my trifecta. Throwing it out there. It's just for fun. Finney, Jumbo, and Him. I had to write it down because I forget. And they definitely get music or something. Look at all these Genesis horses. Enormo, the Zabo Genesis. There's Glorious Triumph. Oh, file format, that's what we picked. File format got the loud cheers. This is our last race. Again, thanks for joining us today for the spontaneous live stream, just because we could. Oh, Jumbo's up, raring up over here. The Moody horse went from raring up to eating off the glass. "10 seconds. The finality. These horses, the top 3, go to the semifinal. Chance to race for more money. And they're off. We're going to control this one. Boom. Total side view. Show us the horses. File format. Bright pink horse in the middle. That's our first choice. Followed by Jumbo. Down here at the bottom. And Insane Him. That really pretty brown horse in the lane 8. Let's see what happens. File format's pacing out in front. That's not necessarily a bad sign because it's not working hard to do it. All the horses are experienced here. They know how to set a gate that prepares them to save some speed burst. Now, something we talk a lot about at FNL is remember that there really is no horse. Your horse is an algorithm. So the visual aesthetics that go with your horse, how it runs and all that, that is a psychological conundrum because it's all about the times. And on knowyourhorses.com, they've done a fine job of providing a lot of good race data so you can make good decisions on your horses. Here we go. Star Strider looks to be strong. And here comes Jumbo with just 500 meters left. It looks like Star Strider and Jumbo might have what it takes to get in the top 3. You look up there to lane 1, you got a white horse named O'Neill. It's pushing past, and currently making its way into the top 3. Insane Him coming up in the middle does not seem to have what it takes. And you're going to have Star Strider, O'Neill, and possibly Jumbo in the semis. We were 1 of 3. Don't rule Jumbo out. Jumbo has over 1,500 class points now. Congrats to you guys. And congrats to us for making it through the Midrunners. Appreciate those of you that hung out with us this morning. And if you're watching this on the replay, we don't do anything special teaching you the game here. To learn the game, go to guide.zed.run. And to do more with the horses, come to FNLCryptoDNA.com. We're breeding 12 horses this weekend ourselves. They're all going to be great horses. We made sure of it. We're not breeding any donkeys at FNL. So if you're interested in getting in the game and you want an unraced horse, unnamed, unraced, unbred, reach out to us at futuresnetworks.com or FNLCryptoDNA.com, or just DM us on FNLCrypto at FNLCrypto on Twitter. That's what we would like to see you do. So thanks for tuning in to the Midrunner Tournament 0 quarterfinal rounds. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope to hear from you. And look for us to do our own live streaming again. They're random, but I think next Thursday we'll be live streaming. And we'll be getting our our race plan set up. And then in 2 weeks, the next tournament, Tournament 1, begins. We'll be doing lots of coverage, daily coverage, live stream on Tournament 1. Thanks again for joining us. And own, race, breed, champion NFTs with zed.run.